Hey, I'm Heather and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is a place where I coach busy moms with little kids who want to double their business without burning out. If that's you, welcome here. Today we're talking about how to reduce your mom guilt by at least 50%. Now, I work with a lot of moms who run home-based businesses and they want to be present with their kids and they want to grow their businesses, but sometimes they don't know how to do both. And they get stuck in this pull between being with their kids and when they're with their kids, all they're doing is thinking about their business or working on their business. And when they're working on their business, all they're doing is feeling guilty that they're not with their kids. And in either place, they are not able to be fully present. And I totally get this. I have 3 kids, they're 9, 7, and 3, and I have a business that requires a lot of my time and attention. But I have escaped from that pull of not being present when I'm with my kids and not being present when I'm working on my business. And the way that I've done that is by letting go of the mom guilt. Now, that sounds easier said than done, I get it, but I'm gonna walk you through how I let go of the mom guilt so that you can also reduce yours by at least 50%. First of all, plan out your schedule ahead of time and stick to your schedule. What I started to do was to block in certain days that were my work days. So Tuesdays and Thursdays and Wednesday afternoons, those are my 2.5 days of the week that I am working on my business. That means I've hired a babysitter or I have family that's helping me out on those 2.5 days. And when I'm at work, I am committed to following the schedule that I have for those days at work. I schedule everything to the T so that I can make those 2.5 days so productive so that in the 2.5 days that I'm with my kids, I am committed to being present with them. Now, it's very challenging because I always have my phone and so much of my business is done on my phone. But when I honor my schedule, it helps me to be so much more present and to not feel guilty when I'm in either place. A lot of moms are just blurring the lines between work and home. And my suggestion is that even if you can't get childcare, that you would still block out hours where you're working on your business, and during that time your kids are doing quiet time or having a show, and you commit to yourself that you like your reasons for making that decision, and then you support yourself and have your own back during those hours and focus on just being productive in that time rather than spending the time spinning, feeling guilty for not being with your kids. The second thing is to remember that mom guilt is actually taking more from your kids than you not being with them. For most of us, when we are feeling guilty about not being with our kids, it causes us to not show up for them when we're actually with them. We overcompensate because we feel bad that we weren't with them. Or when we're with them, we're spinning about the fact that we weren't with them and we're also, again, not being present. All we have is the present moment. All we have is what's right in front of us. So if you've committed to work on your business right now, just be fully present with that. In doing that, you are actually giving more to your kids. You are giving them a mom that's fully present, because then when you're with them, you will have done the things you need to do on your business when you had that set apart time. And then when you're with them, you can remind yourself that now's the time to be with them. When we're feeling guilty, it causes us to not show up as the mom that we want to be. So just know that the mom guilt steals more from your kids than anything that you are doing that you're feeling guilty over. And the last thing is you can do it all, but you can't do it all at once. So many of us have heard this message and we've seen it on social media of the moms who seem to be doing all of the things. And I want to tell you that nobody is doing it all. Some people are doing all of the things, but just at different times. They're doing it in different seasons and stages of their life. And when we look at other people's lives and compare ourselves to what they're doing, we're only seeing part of the picture, especially on social media. To stop comparing yourself to other moms and to know that every single mom out there is struggling just like you. She might have childcare and she's not sharing about that. She might not bake the fresh muffins and cookies that you're baking. We all have our things, but when we look at the strengths of everybody else and forget that they also have weaknesses, we do ourselves a disservice. Make sure that your values are coming out in the way that you're spending your time with your kids and on your business, and that you don't compare your values to somebody else's values. And in that, you'll remember that you can do it all, but you can't do it all at the same time. I hope you find this helpful, and if you do, you need to come join my monthly membership, Life Launch. This is a place where you get weekly group coaching on topics just like this. You get to be in a community of women who are growing their businesses and trying to do it without hustle and without burnout. And you get access to all of my courses that teach you concepts like this in much more depth and show you how to apply it to your life. If you're interested in that, you can check out the link below this video. As always, like this video, subscribe, and feel free to share it with your friends, and I will see you next week.